We're concentrating on basketball at the moment. So this solution is a completely web-based solution. So it doesn't matter where you are in the world, really. So long as you've got access to the internet, you can get into the program. So there's no need for you to host it anywhere. We host it for you, and there's nothing at all in that department of any concern to you. So everybody has an individual login. We'll start by talking about the referees and their ability to put in availability. So this system's designed to do rostering. And from a referee's point of view, they come through. At the moment, it's done on a day-by-day basis. Select the day that they wish to referee. Full session is they're available for the whole thing. Regular is they referee every single week. And there is an opportunity to exclude venues. Let's say, for example, somebody can't travel to a particular area for whatever reason. They might not have a license or anything like that. Down the bottom here is where we send notes like can't ref until 8 p.m. And that note will be sent to the supervisor so that when they're completing the roster, they'll be able to see that note and take it into consideration. The referees can also put in unavailability, which means it will be impossible for the person doing the roster to actually be able to roster that person to referee. So let's say I was going away for a month. I put my dates in here, add the session, and as you can see up here, I'm now rostered on, or I'm not rostered on, I'm down as available to referee at that time. Okay. Your users can also put in who they play and coach for. What this does is it actually enables the supervisor to see who they're playing and coaching for, and it makes it impossible for them to actually put them on at the same time as they're playing. So select who the grade is, what team they're from, whether they're a player or coach, and click add. You'll then see here, that's the team that this particular person plays and coaches for. You'll also be able to see if there is any fixtures in the system. It will show up when this person plays and coaches. So they don't have a need to keep a fixture anymore. It's all managed through the referee manager system. Okay, personal details of the individual. All managed like so. You can see they can update a photo of themselves as well so that you can keep track of who is who when it comes down to selecting your awards and things like that. Or you might receive a complaint or an incident report and you can't remember who that person is. You can actually log in and have a look at what their photo is and who they are. Coming down, the referee roster is shown to the referees in the following format. The date in date order, the day of the week or the session, what time their game is, where they're refereeing, what type of game. So example, it'll be men's 1 through here, who they are refereeing with, and if there's a bench official shows up there as well. Okay, that's the general take on what the referee can and can't see. They can also see their evaluation, so they'll be able to see any bit of education that's been done on them formally through this system here. So they'll only be able to see their own, they won't be able to see everybody's. So if I look for mine, search. So this is what I would be able to see as a referee coming in. These are my evaluations. So I click on here and I can see my evaluation's been completed. You might not be able to see the bottom here as I'm only recording part of my screen, but you can see the gist of what happens. The referees can see their evaluation and then can action on the requirements here, for example, areas to work on and so on and so forth. Okay, from a basketball association's point of view, a session report is put in on every day of the week. So if I use Thursday night, for example, we put in who the supervisors are, general comments, and from an association's point of view, they can see this here. We track people that don't turn up, time due, 6:30, was unwell and called in advance. So for example, we'd add that. and you can see this shows up here. Back on the session report, from the association and the branch's point of view, shows up as a little number 1 in there. Same as late referees, people turning up late. Was due at 6:20, arrived at 6:25, no phone call, just turned up late. Add. And again, you'll see on the weekly session screen, we can see a report of this here. On-court incident reports. This is a very important part of the program from a basketball association's point of view, being able to track incidents that happen so that you're aware of them before you even turn up, or, well, yeah, it might be from home, but when you arrive, before the phone rings, you actually know of an incident that's occurred. So what we track through here is whether or not somebody's been reported, whether or not a referee's been reported, supervisor's opinion on the actual incident itself, and then the facts as to what has actually occurred. You can see through here we also track whether or not there's been an incident report put in, and click add. That then gives you the ability at any stage to search about a particular grade, a particular team, it might be a particular night of the week, and you'll be able to get a comprehensive report on any issues that have involved either them or a referee or a referee supervisor. You can search all of that so that that information is at hand all the time. We also track the evaluations and informal referee coaching that's done. So that's a general take on the session report. Let's go through and have a look at the rosters themselves. So you can see, if we look at the rosters, you can see we track all venues that are there, and the rosters are completed venue by venue. So if we have a look at Knox, for example, you would see if there is referees that play or coach on the session, this would show up here. Anybody that has excluded themselves from this venue, this would show up here. When we're rostering, the system will only show you people that are available. If they are not available, they do not show up in this drop-down list. It orders them in experience level. So we know that this particular referee has to be available. You can then roster them on with a partner. What that will do is it will stop these two particular referees from showing up in any other 6:30 game. So it is impossible for you to roster people on 2 courts at once. It is also impossible for you to roster people when they're playing or when they're coaching. And the system will come up and give you a warning if you try and roster somebody who plays or coaches in that particular grade that you're talking about. So if I come back to here, the system will give you a printable roster, which may not show up terribly well here. So we'll find another way of showing you that. It'll give you a printable roster to show up on the night of the week. All your notes for your referees, you can see through here, this particular referee's got a note. So that's taken into consideration before you roster. The system is as comprehensive as it can be when it comes down to the rostering side of things. There's a little bit more I could show you about that, but if you're interested, we'll do a demonstration and I'll take you through a bit more. The system will track your referee lists, and it will also track your working with children checks and all that kind of stuff. The system also tracks gradings of referees. So if I show you myself, for example, in here, all of my personal information is tracked through here, and you will see it tracks my membership history, and it will track my grading history as well. So this is how the system works with regards to tracking any information. Okay, there's a lot more I could show you. There's a whole bunch of reports in the system. There's a whole bunch of maintenance stuff that can be done through here. It's a very comprehensive system. If you're interested, give me a call. We'll come out, we'll do a demonstration and answer any questions you've got. My phone number is 0405 195 769, or you can email me at support@refereemanager.com.au. Thanks for your time. Hope to hear from you.